I don't have tits to fill lingerie. Saving it for later, mate.
What?
Got a little something on your face. I'll just have 20 grams of Biscoff in my oats and then I'll be like, oh, maybe just another lick. And then before I knew it, I was like balls deep in the jar. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Very sorry about this crazy lighting we got going on right now, but it is prime time for the sun to be sitting in your face when you are driving places in the morning. So we are working with it. Today I'll be taking you behind the scenes with a photo shoot. I'll try and get as much as I can today. So this one's going to be a little bit different from last time. Last time we did a bikini shot on the beach, but this one will be in a studio, which is nice because a little bit more privacy, and I will be doing more of an underwear shoot. She did want lingerie, but that is vibe. I'm not about that. I don't have tits to fill lingerie, so I'm just going for a nice Calvin Klein casual bralette type of vibe. And we've got my hair in a slick ponytail, some nice, I'm just gonna hold you, some nice neutral makeup colors. So there we go. Hello. So this is the glam we're going for today. I'm also going to be taking you along to the gym at some point today and just give you guys a general update and chit chat just post show regarding my reverse, my training and my physique and everything like that. Just to give you guys a rundown, basically a reverse diet is just like the opposite of a typical diet. So it's like the diet after the diet. Basically it's a slow controlled approach, strategically increasing your calories that have been subtracted in the diet, which typically comes from like your fats and your carbs, because protein is usually always like top priority, and it's the carbs and fats that drops off when you are trying to lose weight or when you're prepping for a show or whatever it might be. It still involves tracking, and the goal basically is just to get your nutritional intake up to maintenance or into a slight surplus without gaining a huge amount of fat. So just nice and slow and controlled. You're also as well trying to boost your metabolism and repair it after potential damage, because when you have been dieting for so long, your metabolism slows down to actually conserve energy, or you could even hit a plateau as well. So it's just trying to reverse that and get you back to normal. There are many benefits to reverse dieting, which obviously includes more food, more energy, better mood, reduced hunger, so overall feeling a lot better, and just in general like improvement of your health and well-being and steady weight gain, rather than I said just like gaining it back all at once, because that is not good for your, I don't know, the way you look at yourself. I couldn't think of the words just then. Reverse dieting is highly recommended for people who have been on a long strict diet for a long time, so people who have been prepping, for example, or even if you have hit a plateau, so if you're just not seeing results anymore, it's super important to do this just to, as I said, boost your metabolism and overcome the plateau, or gradually gain your weight back, because obviously stage weight is not sustainable and it's not normal, really. You look great, but it's not good for your health and you feel like shit. If you are reversing, it's extremely important to have a knowledgeable coach who can guide you with your macros, with your calories, your cardio dropping off and things like that. If you don't have a coach, as a general guide, you should be trying to increase your calories by like 5 or 10% initially, and then just kind of like monitor and evaluate your results from there, like based off your measurements, your photos, your what the scales say, to know like whether you're on the right track type thing. But just know you will be gaining a little bit of weight, which is normal because that is what we want. Super important to track absolutely everything you're eating, and definitely prioritize your protein, because that's what's the most satiating and that's what will prevent you from wanting to binge eat, which is something I did not do post show, but we enjoyed some bloody donuts. You guys would have seen in my post show vlog, or my show day vlog, I don't know, my last vlog in Melbourne, that I absolutely indulged in some donuts and I ate whatever I wanted, and it was just the best time. But I honestly didn't know when to stop, but it was a vibe, so everything's fine. I began my reverse on the Tuesday after I got home, so I was about nearly 1800 calories, and I've gradually worked up to about 2100 now this week, so we're 4 weeks post show now. I'm also going to display for you guys my post show check-ins, so 1 week out, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, and then this morning as well. So my weight gain has been very gradual, and today I was exactly 57.7 kilos, so I think that's about 2.5 kilos heavier than national show day. Regarding my reverse, I was very inconsistent and all over the place to start off with. I would have some good days for a couple of days, and then I'd have bad days, and then I'd treat myself like shit, and then I'd undereat, and then like my digestion was out of whack, and it was like once I started on the snacks I just couldn't stop. So I was having like lots of weight fluctuations, a lot of bloating, a lot of digestive issues, and yeah, just overall mental health as well. Like I was struggling because I didn't want to go to gym because I looked bloated and gross, but then because I wasn't going to gym I was feeling like shit. So it was just like a vicious cycle really, but it didn't take long to overcome. Like it only took about a week or two to get back on track, and it wasn't like really bad binges. It was just like, oh, I'll have a few Ferrero Rochers, oh, I'll have a few tablespoons of Biscoff. So it was like, it wasn't that bad, but it still wasn't like a strict prep diet. So I guess like that's as well what people struggle with, is because they're not as strict as what they were in prep. They think it's like the worst thing in the world, and they're just so hard on themselves. With more consistency towards my reverse, I've kind of been comfortably sitting between the 57.5 and 58 kilo mark, and I'll just notice like if I have a cheat meal or whatever, it's more likely to be on the 58 kilo spectrum rather than like the 57.5. Going to give you guys some tips from my mistakes and what has worked for me. I'm not saying it'll work for you guys or if it's scientific or anything like that, but these are just my tips that you can kind of take from my experience. First tip, do not keep your favorite foods or trigger foods in the house. I kept heaps of foods like Biscoff, chocolate, chips, everything. Like I just kept so much shit in my cupboards, and I had it in there my whole entire prep, didn't touch it, and then as soon as I knew I could, it was like I would start and I just didn't know when to stop. Like I couldn't stop, and I kind of had the mindset like I don't want to waste the food, so I'll just, you know, put it in my macros and like fit it with my macros. But then like because I was having high calorie foods that were taking up all my macros, I wasn't feeling as full, and then I was more inclined to binge. So it was just like, it was just a little spiral going on really. So I think it was like after a second night of binging, I was like balls deep in the Biscoff jar, and I was like, nah, I need to fucking chuck this shit out. So eventually I just accepted the fact I was gonna waste some food, which is fine. So I just started chucking some things out or giving them away, or even like barricading some. Like some stuff I didn't want to chuck out because they were like gifts from Easter or something, so I've just like barricaded them underneath the TV cabinet, so I have to like literally crawl into it to grab the food. And when I do that, my brain is kind of telling myself, by the time I've actually like gotten into that cupboard, it's like, do I really need this? No, I do not. Is it Saturday cheat night? No, it is not. So that is what has worked for me. Second tip, as I said, have a knowledgeable and supportive coach, because that helps so much. And I think a lot of people, they will just cut things off with their coach post show or post diet, and then they don't have anyone to really keep them on track, and don't have guidance, stuff like that. So I think sticking with your coach post show or post diet is super important as well. Tip number 3, hang around supportive people and like-minded people that align with your goals, because if you're going to hang out with people who just want to eat shit food all the time, who just want to drink all the time, you're more inclined to do that. So if you're going to hang around people who support you and who say, Chris, like, or whatever your name is, they say, no, like, it doesn't align with your goals, or like, oh, do you really want that? Like, you know, you don't want people being harsh to you, but you also want people who genuinely care about your goals and are saying these things out of love rather than like, oh, you gotta get fat. So definitely hang around the right people. Tip number 4, meal plan. Like, I thought I would be fine flexible dieting and just hitting macros that Taylor had set out for me, but then, as I said, it was just like I was more inclined to binge, because I'll be like, I'll just have 20 grams of Biscoff in my oats, and then I'll be like, maybe just another lick, and then before I knew it, I was like balls deep in the jar. So I definitely think a meal plan is super important, and you just have like 1 or 2 cheat meals a week. But yeah, that has definitely helped me stick to it for the last 2 weeks, like, or this week? I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, going back on a meal plan was the best decision I made, so that way like Taylor can work out why I'm bloated, or you know, there's less variables and stuff like that. Like, super important. Anyway, tip number 5, keep up your steps, prioritize your protein, and keep hydrated. So definitely, like, all the blood flow from light amount of cardio is really going to help with your digestion. It'll also keep you busier, because when you're home bored, that's when you want to snack more as well. So definitely still keep yourself busy, but not so busy that you don't have time to rest or anything like that. And as I said, protein is the most satiating macro, so you want to be prioritizing that, so that way you're feeling a lot fuller, and also better muscle recovery and stuff like that as well. And then keeping hydrated is super important, because sometimes thirst is disguised as hunger. Is it the other way around? I don't know. But sometimes you think you're hungry, but you're actually just thirsty. So make sure you're still keeping hydrated, just as you were your whole diet, your whole prep, 3 to 4 liters of water, however much you usually drink, which is super important. Last and final tip is be kind to yourself and accept that you're not going to look the same. You're not going to look the same as you did on show day, and the scales are going to go up, but that's completely normal. It means you're healthy. It means your hormones are working. So that is exactly what you want out of reverse dieting, a gradual increase in your calories, your weight, and your body fat, so that you're back to being healthy. Obviously, you know, it is hard for myself looking in the mirror, so like, I can't say to you, oh no, like, I'm so fine, like, you know, because I have been a bit emotional, and I haven't wanted to train without a shirt and stuff like that, but I know I'm way healthier, and I know I still look good. Like, sorry about that, guys, just lost you. What was I even saying? What was I saying? Yeah, obviously, you know, it is hard for me as well. Like, looking in the mirror, I'm not as lean, so I don't really want to train without a t-shirt. I don't want people looking at me, and I don't feel as confident, but I know that I still look good. I'm still muscly. I'm still quite lean, and yeah, as long as you're going about it the right way, yeah, I don't know, just accept it, be happy, and acknowledge that you're still working hard and you put in the work that so many people can't do. So I'm going to leave you there for now. Going to walk into my photo shoot. I'll try and get as much as I can for you guys behind the scenes, and then after that I will be taking you along to the gym at some point. So it is almost 12 o'clock and I have got a warm cup of long black. I usually always have iced long blacks, but I can't even talk. But it is really, really cold today and the shoot went well. However, the studio was so freezing and like with the oil and stuff on me, I'm just like, I can't warm up right now. Like I'm just so fucking cold. But I will display for you the macros on here, what my first meal was. So that included mashed banana, oats, cinnamon, honey, salt, and some blueberries, as well as 95% Lindt chocolate. So that is my first meal of the day. And then I might eat my meals kind of the opposite way around depending what time I train tonight, but we'll see how we go. So I'll show you everything I'm eating, and of course I will display the macros on the screen for all of the other meals as well. Meal number 2 of today, we have got pasta. So I've got extra lean beef mince, passata, and then this high protein San Remo pasta that I picked up. We are going to cut that out whenever I do run out of that, because I am finding it's making me quite bloated due to the wheat and gluten in there. So I'll probably swap that for a low protein gluten-free pasta, or maybe potato or something like that, but we will see. And I'll display for you the macros above of this bowl of pasta. Pre-workout meal time. So this is jasmine rice, banana, blueberries, almond butter, also topped with some sugar-free maple syrup. So I'm going to have this now, and I will display for you the calories and macros for this one as well. And then I'll be training push. So this afternoon I've just recorded a couple of assessments, and I'll let you guys know that I will officially be becoming a coach soon. So if you guys are interested, please chuck me a message on Instagram, Facebook, or even on here, whatever you like. My training is going to be different as well, so I thought I would fill you guys in. So I now have 2 push days, 1 back and biceps, and 2 leg days. And my style of training is really different now. So it used to be similar to like when you first start training. So it would be like one set would be 15 reps, then 12, then 10, then 8. Whereas now we do 2 to 3 warm-up sets. And then the first working set will be about 10 to 15 reps. And then the second working set will be 6 to 10. So this allows me to really, really increase my intensity without increasing too much volume and just really, really like tiring me out during my session. So I will try my best to film everything for you guys, but I will just give you guys a rundown on what I am training this session. So both my push days are different days, so that we're working all different muscles. But this one I will be doing single arm dumbbell lateral raises, standing Smith machine shoulder presses, rear delt flies, standing cuff lateral raises, incline dumbbell press, cross-body tricep extensions supersetted with tricep dips. So that is the push. Can't even talk. That is the push session. I'm going to eat this now, and I'll see you guys in the gym. For pre-workout, I am taking the core pump. So I had this throughout prep, and look how pretty my shaker is. It's so pretty. I got that at State Show, I believe. So I'm going to sip on that now, and then I'm also doing 20 minutes of cardio every day that I'm training weights as well, because we're slowly decreasing that as well. And yeah. it's time for post-workout meal. So I have got my Milo cereal. So this is the protein Milo cereal, and Liam is having some burgers. They're the ones that I made you. Yes. So I'm having my Milo cereal with a protein shake that I shook up before. So I'm just having it out of a container because I took it with me to the gym. And then I will show you guys, I can't talk.
Guys.
I'll show you guys my last meal a little bit later. So I'm eating everything. Shh.
Show you guys.
Shut up.
Show you guys.
So I'm eating everything kind of a different way around, just because I had today off. So I've been doing lots of different things. So yes. Oh yeah, daddy. Yum. Alright, he's going to taste test the burgers I made him.
Burger.
I like to cook with love. What do you get me? Is it nice or not?
Delicious.
It took you a while.
I'll get all the flavours in.
So I made these different to how I usually make them. It's got more of an Aussie twist to these ones. Saving it for later, mate.
What?
You got a little something on your face.
You got a little something on your face later, mate.